Hi there, this is Just a Girl in Camas, Alicia King, and I am here this morning at Camas Swim and Sport interviewing a wonderful person, Jack Bucholz. And I'd like you to know one reason why I really started this project was to meet some amazing people in the Camas community, and I feel like I've met an amazing one, and that's why I'm here today. There are people in this community that have been here for a long time doing some great things and are great examples for those of us with young families and living here today. So I'd like you to meet Jack. I was drawn to Jack. I work out at Camas Swim and Sport, and I'd spotted Jack, this young man, working out in the gym, and I thought it would be neat to get Jack's story. Thank you for taking the time, Jack, to chat with me today.
Thank you. I appreciate being here, and I hope I can contribute something to the community.
Jack, I think you told me that you had moved to Camas in 1937. Is that right?
39.
39. So I was doing my math, and I think that puts you over the 70-year mark here in Camas. Is that right?
A little bit, yes. Yes, I came here in 1939 looking for work, and I got a job in the mill. Been here ever since.
What did you do in the Camas mill, if you don't mind me asking? What was your job there?
I started out in the Camas mill as just a laborer, and I worked my way up through the Pulp Mill, and I became a shift foreman and an assistant supervisor. And I enjoyed the work there, and I lived through probably the better part of our operation there in the mill. Since then, it has not contributed to the community like it used to. That was only part of the community, the income for the Camas area, but now it is not.
So the mill was really a focal point in Camas. It really was the heart of the city.
The heart of the city, yes.
And that mill is still functioning today.
Yes, it is.
I still see the smoke come out of the stacks there. Yeah. So your children were in the Camas School District, is that right?
Yes.
And how was their experience with the Camas schools?
I think my children, they grew up here, and they enjoyed the Camas School, the education part of it, and we participated in some school activities and those things, and it's really a contribution to us.
So when you look around now at the schools, and obviously the community's growing, some of those dirt roads that are paved now and orchards that were there's neighborhoods and all kinds of things going on. What do you think of the change, and how do you think about the city progressing?
I think the city growth here in Camas is the same as all areas. It is growing. It is. When I came here, we used to call it 5,000 people in Camas. Now it's over 10,000, so it's twice the size. But they've taken in, annexed in so much more area now. What was normally Camas city limits and that sort of thing, and I think Camas has taken on a natural growth that. It keeps the community together, I think. And the school systems are centralized around the area so that the kids aren't all in one place in school. And as I used to think that's where kids should all go one area for school, but that is not true, and I understand now why it does not.
Right.
And it contributes to the community too.
Right.
And
right. There are 6 elementary schools now in Camas, if you can believe that.
The last one is by my place out here on Woodburn Hill. I don't live out there, but I have an acreage out there, and it's right next to it.
Great. Well, so you see the new school go up, huh?
Oh, yes, I see it.
They're pretty modern these days.
Oh, yeah, very, very much so, yes. I can't imagine when I went to school what I didn't go in a one-room schoolhouse, but almost. And the community around where I lived was one-room schoolhouses, and here this is so much different.
Right.
Yes.
And a lot of high tech going on at the schools these days.
Computers, and I don't have a computer, and I'm not computerized at all, but children, when my last wife, we used to tutor in Dorothy Fox School, and the little children there in the second, third, and fourth grades, they were on the computer already.
I know.
And I tell them, I'll tell you when you're wrong, but I can't help you.
Well, I think that's wonderful. Yes, it is these kids are techie these days. We got to keep up with them.
They're going this way all the time.
I know. One thing that I would like to talk to you about, Jack, is your physical exercise and how you keep things up at the gym here. When you get up in the morning, what drives you to come to the gym and keep up your health?
I think so much of the time, so many of my peers, and they're gone by now, that this is, if I intend on living a few more years and enjoying it, you got to move. And I hardly ever stay in past 7 o'clock. And some days I get up earlier than that when I have other things to do. But I have to get up, and the first thing I do in the morning, I exercise for a half hour.
Every day?
Every day, whether I come here or not. I exercise for a half hour.
Okay.
In the evening, before I go to bed, it's 1/2 hour again. Before I go to bed.
Okay.
Every day.
Wow, Jack, you're setting the bar high for me right now.
So between that and coming out
wonderful.
here, this is
This is extra.
extra exercise. Also, is psychological. You get communication.
I agree.
People won't exercise too much at home if there's no one there, and I live alone, and so there's no one to communicate with or anything. Out here, there is, and so this is good for me
Socially.
socially. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, I admire you. You do live on your own. I remember hearing that. How it looks like you're getting around well. You're still driving.
Well, I'm still driving. It isn't easy. The driving, my eyesight is not as good, which naturally happens at this time of life, macular degeneration. So I'm getting shots in my eyes, and every year, my birth date, of course, is when your driver's license comes due. I have to have the eye doctor sign a report that I can still drive, and limited driving. Not they don't appreciate me driving at night,
Right.
in the rain, and all this sort of thing.
Good idea, Jack.
And I try to limit that as
Good
much as I
idea.
can.
So if you could give our Camas viewers out there one piece of advice for your longevity and the life you've led here, what would you tell people out there?
For longevity, so as you can enjoy your life somewhat, it is a good rest, of course, at nighttime. There's Bob.
Jack has friends here at the gym.
And good health, you have to have good diet. Diet, exercise, and longevity, it would be genes. That helps a lot. And I do have a mother that was 102 when she died, so I think probably I got her genes. And reasonably clean living. I mean, you just don't participate in too many things that aren't really good for you excessively.
I agree. Well, I truly think you're an inspiration, not only to me, but several people in the community here. I hope if you see Jack out, give him a wave. If you pass by him, give him a high five, and know that there are some amazing people out in our Camas community that have lived here a long time and have done good things, and I love to hear your story, and they deserve our time or a wave. So thank you, Jack, so much for today. I hope I see you here for a lot more years at Lacamas Women's Sport.
Thank you very, very much, and I appreciate this. It's an honor, and I hope I can be here. I have he's kind of set goals a little bit, and I have a goal of 10 years yet before I have to go to a self or assisted living or something like that. And that won't be too bad. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now, and
That's
I'm going
right.
to continue that.
There's all kinds of phases in life, isn't there?
Right. Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. This is Just a Girl in Camas, Alicia King. Thank you. Thank you, Jack.